couple of things that the introduction did not tell you about me. I'm the mother of 2 children. My son Brady, who's older now than this picture, but I love this picture, is 10, and I'm married to Alan now almost 20 years. And yeah, he's my other one. I've been through extensive therapy. Yes, I'm not shy, I will admit it. Retail therapy, that is. You can follow my high heel shoe collection on Instagram. I Instagram all of my shoes as I travel around the country doing talks and as a professional speaker. So yeah, I've never seen them this big before. That's pretty cool. A lot of people, I say I look like, I know. And trust me when I tell you that I did not get up at 5 o'clock this morning and put this much effort into my appearance, only to be told everywhere I go, hey, you know who you look like? Flo, the progressive girl. I'm like, okay, wait for it. So I'll take the glasses off. Hold on. All right, I'm going to show you. Here's how it really gets bad. You ready? You ready for Flo? You ready? Come on. All right, you ready? Here you go. Right? Happens every time. So when I do the really cheesy smile and the thumbs up, you totally get the flow. So that's unfortunate, but it's my life. Okay. I'm also the mother of these 3 cuties. Right? They are Shih Tzus. And the one on the far left is Rocco. He's 12. In the middle is Sam, and he's 4. And on the far right is Hershey. And Hershey we adopted from the Norfolk, Virginia animal shelter. Now, where did I tell you I live now?
North Carolina.
I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. So how on earth did I come to adopt precious Hershey from Norfolk, Virginia? Anybody have a guess? How did I do it? How did it happen? Online, yes it did. You know those videos on Facebook of the sad dogs at the pet shelter? You're supposed to keep scrolling when you see those videos. No, I stopped and watched the video. And do you want to know why I stopped and watched it? Because my friend Jennifer Barkin was doing Facebook Live from the Norfolk, Virginia animal shelter. And Hershey was her featured pet of the week. At that time, Jen was a real estate agent in Norfolk, and the way that she branded herself and got herself out there and let people know that what she did and what her passions were was by doing a Facebook Live every Wednesday. So I'm on and I see Jen live, and then I see it's a Shih Tzu, and I'm a Shih Tzu person. I love them. So I stopped scrolling and I start watching Jen's video. Jen would take the pet of the week and drive it all around town and give it like a play date. And then she would go through Starbucks and get him a treat, and she filmed all of this live on Facebook Live. Isn't that cool? So I found myself writing in on the post, I love Shih Tzus. And the next thing I found was that I was emailing Jen saying, you know, if I lived in Norfolk, Virginia, I'd be down there to adopt Hershey in a flash. Well, she writes back, seeing a buying signal like nobody's business. She writes back, how about I go to the shelter, fill out all the paperwork, and drive him halfway to Raleigh, North Carolina, and meet you halfway. It sounds like you're meant to be Hershey's mom. And I said, let me talk to the husband. So I talked to the husband, and this is him, isn't he precious? Mm-hmm. No, not the husband, this is Hershey. So I talked to Alan and I said, you know, I've fallen in love with this dog, and he's been really badly neglected. He lost an eye as a puppy. He's in horrible shape. He's a Shih Tzu like our other 2 were Shih Tzu people. I need this dog in my life. And he said, well, yeah, I think we all do. So we're in. So then she calls me back, small problem. You can't just take a dog from the animal shelter and drive it halfway to the person who's really adopting it. You have to actually come here, be interviewed, fill out the paperwork, and then they'll decide if they let you adopt the dog. So we'll need you to drive 4 hours each way to come get Hershey. Oh, did I mention that was the weekend of Hurricane Matthew that was flooding the state of North Carolina at the time? Yep. So in the hurricane, we drove to get Precious Hershey. And today, he is my dog. He takes every step I take. He sits in my office all day long, he follows me everywhere, and he is despondent that I'm not at home. I'm telling you all of this because Jen's approach to marketing herself as a real estate agent is one of the strongest and best examples of what I call fantastic marketing. Marketing that is for the fans, by the fans, and about the fans. If you pay attention to the television commercials, or the billboards, or the sign, or the direct mail, or the radio, or the digital, if you pay attention to the marketing that truly resonates with you, that sinks in and you go, yeah, I need that, or I want that. The common thread that is running through all of those pieces of marketing is a focus on you, the fan. The reason I stopped and watched Jen's Facebook Live, A, I knew her, I had a relationship with her, and 2, she was talking about the kind of dog that I particularly love. So it was about me, for me, and by me. Does that make sense to you? So much of our marketing, and I'll include myself in this, is all about us, the brand. Look at us. Check out us. Buy from me, us. Right? We scream it at it. We shout it at it. We put it in all caps. We make the banners blink. Click here, click here, click here. I want to die. Right? What if you flipped your marketing and you pulled in your target audience with a message that was about them, for them, and of course the gold standard, user-generated by them? I'm going to show you a sample of a television commercial that I feel is exactly on point. And it's the brand new Southwest Airlines commercial. And the name of the commercial is Behind Every Seat, There is a Story. So let's break this down. What does Southwest Airlines actually sell? What do they sell, literally sell? What's that? Okay. What else? Seats. They sell a transportation service, right? I'm going to get you from A to B, hopefully on time and intact. That would be good, right? Okay. So Southwest, taking the seat example, Southwest could be marketing literally what you're sitting in. And if their marketing was not fantastic, then it would be about the seat. The width of the seat, the depth of the seat, how much room there is between the seats, the material of the seats, whether the seats recline or don't recline. You're following me, right? When we make our marketing about the sticks and bricks of the product, you miss marketing what your fans actually care about. So that's not what Southwest Airlines did. Instead, they did this. Beautiful, right? So yeah, they're selling seats, but instead, they made that spot about the story behind the seats. When I'm here today, my mission is to remind you who you're marketing to. Whether you are an agency, shout out for my agency friends, I know I met in the back there. Where are my other agency people that, oh, okay, love you, I love all of you, but you're my people, right? So whether you're an agency marketing your clients, All right, how many of you are marketing public nonprofits or public type of things? Yeah, I know Sophia does. Okay, good. And in-house marketers, where are those folks? Yeah, all of you, whether it's the general public, whether it's members of an association, whether it's a client, I'm here. My mission today is to remind you who. There are people, in the Southwest example, that sit in the seats. And that really what you're marketing is the experience of using your product or service and not the sticks and bricks of it. That's what you market, the experience of it. So get back to thinking about the human side in your copy, in your graphics, in everything that you're doing with it, whether it's digital or television or radio. It's got to be about who? The fans. Why do I call them fans? I call them fans, even the clients that haven't bought or worked with you yet, I still call them fans. Why? Because we use the internet so heavily to research every tiny thing. Think with Google documented that people will even research which toothpaste to buy. A $2, $3 purchase. We do online research. There is no too small of a purchase that we don't do our research. We use multiple channels while we do our research. We do most of it on our smartphones. And we trust the reviews and recommendations of complete strangers who are probably crazy, right? Over in-person recommendations. So what I want to do today is shift your thinking. The people that you're marketing to, your potential clients, your potential leads, your potential ups or guests, or whatever you call them in your vertical, those folks are not potential anything. They're fans. Because they've been stalking you online. Through all of these various channels, they've been stalking you. You just don't know them yet, but they know you. A relationship has formed with your brand in their mind. And therefore, how you then interact with them makes such a complete difference. And most of them are influenced to purchase because of a relationship with a brand on social media. So whether they Google search it or do it on social or they check reviews on Yelp, all of these things contribute to very educated, empowered, knowledgeable potential clients that are indeed fans. I am here today to remind you who you're marketing to. You're marketing to your fans. What if you were to give the fans what they want? What if you were to treat your potential clients, leads, ups, guests, like the rock stars or the sports fanatics? What if you were to treat them like fans and treat them as if a relationship was already established? What would that look like? Maybe you would be a little more responsive when they call you. Or maybe you'd be a little friendlier. Or your entire attitude would be different interacting with these folks because they are indeed already in a relationship with you because they've been in your digital funnel world. You are at a disadvantage because you don't know them yet. What happens next is when that relationship becomes established and happens both ways, and we get to know each other, and we create a fantastic customer experience at this point, they start what? Telling other people. So the ultimate is the fan factor. And the fan factor is when the fans start doing the selling and marketing for you. When they start posting online that how awesome you are, or how much we love this particular pizza at this place, and you post it, and the brand doesn't even have to do it. That's what we want to build towards. The best compliments I get are when people take pictures of my shoes, or they post me while I'm doing what I'm doing, and I don't have to post one of those speaker vanity shots, right, of, oh, look at what I did today. People get sick of that stuff. The narcissism and the overall vanity level has risen to this fevered pitch, right? So it's much more credible when the fan factor and the fans start doing the marketing for you. And when they do that, traffic, leads, sales skyrocket every single time. So, little recap of where we are so far. I'm here to remind you about the who in your marketing, to make it about the experience. I'm here to shift your thinking that this is not just about your current customers creating a great customer experience, that in fact, you can create an incredible buyer experience through your marketing, if the marketing is for the fans, by the fans, and optimally generated by them. Okay? So let's talk about fans in this next segment. I am married to an uber to the max sports fan. Any Uber sports fans in the room? Anybody else? Okay, we've got one, got a couple. All right, what is your favorite team or sport, or what do you follow?
Red Sox.
Oh, Red Sox. Nice. All right, how about you?
Football.
Football. What team?
Bears.
Okay, Bears. What's that? I know your sport because we had dinner last night with the board. Got a little bit of a hockey player down here.
Patriots.
Oh, snap. So, my husband watches sports 24/7, 365. There are only 2 channels, apparently, on our television. One of them is ESPN, and the other one is HGTV. Which one am I watching? He watches football. He watches basketball. He watches golf. He watches NASCAR. He watches IndyCar. He watches college football, college basketball. Yeah, this goes on and on. This is a man who stayed up all night long during the Beijing Olympics watching, wait for it, curling. I get up one morning and I'm like, you've been up all night. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? I've been watching curling. It is thrilling. Like, what, dude, is wrong with you? Okay, this man, when I married him, did not tell me a very important fact. And that is that he planned to wear logo licensed apparel every single day for 20 years. There is not one single day that he does not have on performance wear with a logo on it. I kid you not. He is a Miami Dolphin, Miami Hurricane fan, and so all of it is orange. We go to New York City last year for Christmas to go do a few days and take my son, who's 10 now, Brady Oliver, to New York City, and he come out of the airport, he pulls a jacket out of his bag and puts on a puffy teal and orange Miami Dolphin jacket. In New York City, I'm in black, man. I got on the Tory Burch boots. I am here, I am meant to live in the city, right? I am looking as sophisticated as I know how to look, and this dude has on a puffy teal and orange jacket. I could have died. It was so embarrassing. I go, take that off. He's like, it's the only jacket I have. I'm going to freeze. I'm like, no, you got to take that off. So, I realized in 2010, if I wanted to stay married to this man, that I was going to need to learn to understand sports fans. So I began to read and research. And I read every piece of psychology, science, every piece of research on Uber sports fans and what motivates them. Because I thought it would be interesting, could we make a parallel between what motivates them and what motivates the fans that buy your products and services? So we can. There's actually 5 traits in the DNA of an uber sports fans. And those of you that received a copy of the book, all 5 are detailed in the book. And the book really goes into each one. We're going to do the first one, identity, today. The identity factor is this. Have you ever heard an uber sports fan say, "We won the game"? We did not play the game. We need to fire the coach. We are not in the management, right? Sports fans have this entitled sense of identity connection. It's a personal connection that they feel with the team or the player that is the object of their obsession. Alan unfortunately cheers for the Miami Dolphins, who don't win a lot, let's be honest. His main concern over naming our son Brady was everyone would think he was a Patriots fan. Sorry, O'Hara. And he is not. And I said, I don't think your fandom should really dictate the name of our son. He had a real concern about it, so here's what I did. I waited until we went for the first ultrasound. You know, the first time you see the baby, and you're just so moved by the whole thing. It's really spectacular moment. And he's like crying, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna close. I'm closing this sale right now in this moment. I am a marketer and seller. I can't stop people, even when I try. So he's crying, it's a boy, I'm so happy. I said, you know what I'm thinking? What? I'm thinking the middle name should be your name, Alan. Oh my God, he would use my name. Yeah, Brady Allen Oliver. Doesn't that sound spectacular? Yes, it does. In his terminology, touchdown. I got my name. That's how Brady came to be Brady. So, sports fans have a strong personal connection. Most of the time when you ask a sports fan, why do you follow this particular team? I grew up in that town. My grandfather's from that town. We always watched the games together. My uncle or my aunt, somebody played on the team. You know, there's multiple things, and there is this sense of connection to it. So if you want to make your marketing about the fans, for the fans, generated by the fans, your marketing has to immediately connect emotionally to that sense of identity, that sense of shared identity. The marketing has to say, in the copy, in the graphics, it has to say, we get you. We get you. Now, you've all seen commercials, radio ads, print ads, digital, that you looked at it and shook your head, like, I don't get it. Frequently for me, it's the Old Spice commercials. And my husband's over there going, oh my God, that's so funny. And I'm like, I don't know what is going on right now. Why is that man shirtless wearing a horse? I'm riding a horse. I don't get it. He's like, oh my God, that's so funny. Right? I don't like to show negative examples. In fact, I never do. It always makes me uncomfortable when I'm in the audience and the presenter shows and goes, don't ever do that. So I'm not going to show you one, but I want you to put your radar up as you are going through the many commercial life that we live in, from billboards to bumper stickers, from Snapchats to tweets, to television to radio. I want you to start paying attention. The ones that are resonating with you are resonating because they are saying to some part of you, we get you. We get you. Okay? Let's just take, for example, the annual Victoria's Secret fashion show, where 6'9" glamazons strut the runway that weigh 85 pounds and wear $2 million bras. This does not resonate with me or my life. I mostly wear yoga pants and a ball cap. around my house. I do not weigh 80 pounds, nor am I 6'9". And so every time they have the Victoria's Secret fashion show, I don't get it. Now, I had a gentleman come up to me afterwards one day and said, it's not for you. He's like, it's for us. And I was like, when was the last time you went into Victoria's Secret, walked in, and bought something for your significant other? He goes, never. I would never set foot in place in that. I'd rather die first. That's so embarrassing. I would never go in there. I said, bingo, right? So if it's not for me, because I don't identify with it, it's not my life, it's not my style, and if the guys aren't going to go in and buy, I don't get it. Because when I wake up in the morning, I don't look like this. I look like this, right? It just doesn't resonate with me. If it does with you, I am so happy for you. You go, okay? So we want your marketing, whatever type it is, to give your fans clues. Clues that say, we get you. We understand your lifestyle. We understand the stage of life that you're in. We understand your needs. We get your priorities. If you see a piece of marketing that you don't get, either it's not done properly, which is possible, or secondly, you're not the target audience for it. And here's, as marketers, what I want to challenge you to do. I want you to learn to step out of your frame of reference, to step out of your perception, what you know to be true, what you think is good marketing. And I want you, every time you look at a piece of marketing, instead of saying, do I like this, yes or no, I want you to back up and first ask yourself, likely not going to resonate with you, but that doesn't make it a bad piece of marketing. So you have to learn to step outside that, and we're all so guilty. I like any piece of marketing with cute little boys and dogs. Wonder why, right? But that may not mean that the ad without the cute little dogs and a cute little girl with pigtails, that doesn't mean it's not good marketing. A year ago, I had the opportunity to serve as a judge and the chairperson of a national marketing awards program. It's called the Nationals. And it's sales and marketing awards that companies within the home building industry submit. The categories are everything from best website to best print ad, best radio, best digital, on and on and on. There are also some people awards, best director of marketing, top sales agent of the year, etc. All in all, the 7 judges and I judged 1,100 entries. It took us 5 days, 12 hours a day, locked in a dark conference room where they're popping the slides up. In the best brochure category, there were 60 entries. 1 gold award per category, 5 silvers. I was the 7th judge, so 6 besides me. I watched the 6 other judges stand around the round table with the 60 brochures on the table. And they're as expert a marketer as I would consider myself to be, if not much further in their career. I was kind of the junior one on the team, but that's okay, I'm learning. And so there I am watching these senior marketing people pick the same style, the same genre, every single time. The baby boomer liked all the baby boomer ads that didn't have any kids or any pets, and that spoke of freedom and it's your time and live now. I mean, it was unbelievable to watch. They're good people, they're great people, and they were doing their best. But I am here to tell you, as a marketer, you have a bias that is being driven by your background, your experience, your perceptions. If you really want to make your marketing about the fans and not about you, you've got to step outside of what you consider to be good marketing and consider maybe you're not the target audience. And if you're not, how can we get to know our audience better so that we are letting them know we identify with you so you can identify with us? We get you. Because it is possible to get people without having lived their experience, yes? It's easier if you have, but we can learn those things. And you will be so much better for it in your career. So let's talk about the elements that goes into a piece of marketing. And I want to show you some examples of what I would consider fantastic marketing that came straight out of the Nationals competition. These are the gold award winners. And the first element we're going to look at is copy. When you write the copy for the marketing piece, whatever type it is, it needs to be benefit-driven about the fans. Okay? This particular piece here, I'm going to step over here and turn. Look at this headline. This is for a community, Crystal Valley. I believe this is in Denver, Colorado. And happiness has a new address. Benefit-driven. This is about the experience of living in this community. The headline could read, new homes for sale, starting from $300,000 to $400,000. Ranch plans available, pool, tennis courts, and spa. That would be about whom? The community, about the builder, about the brand. Do you see the difference? Do you see how I'm flipping it? This is about the experience of living here. What could you say in your copy that would provide a clue, a red flag to your fans that says, we get you, we get you? All right, let's talk images next. I love this. Do you all pull images from Gratisography? Do you guys love that site? It's a free stock photo site. All of the photos are royalty-free and for usage, and they're the most unique, clever, interesting, gratis, G-R-A-T-I-S, ography. And it's just terrific. I love this guy, man. He makes me, like, I know how he feels, right? And so the next thing is in pulling images. Please, please, I beg of you, please ditch the trite, overused, same stock photo of a team in the office. And we're like, A, nobody is that happy to be at work. And B, you people are too pretty to be at work. Please. One of the biggest mistakes you're making in your marketing is your images. And boy, did I learn this lesson the hard way. Confessions of a creative director for an agency. I was so excited. I had this brand new website comp to show this home builder in St. Louis, Missouri. And I had the comps ready. I get on the Zoom, pull it up, and he goes, "What is that?" I go, "What do you mean?" "It's beautiful. This is a beautiful design." He goes, "Who are those people?" "Yeah, we had picked a photo of a family wearing all white, frolicking through like the woods in this really super outdoorsy setting." He goes, "Those people are not from around here." And I was like, busted, right? Do the images look like or give the same vibe as your fans? Honestly, many of the stock photos you're using, the people are too pretty and too skinny. And just they look like models. They're not real people. I know that it's heavily overused and there's a big debate about whether it was successful or not, but in my mind, I will weigh in. The Dove Beauty campaign that ran several years ago that featured real women, for me as a consumer, resonated with me. So I beg of you, I implore you, if possible, always the gold standard is to do a photo shoot with some of your clients, if that's possible. and put them with the product using it. If that's not possible, then really get out there and find some better photos. If you will give me a business card and write on it stock photo list, I will email you my kick-ass list of stock photo sites. I've compiled probably 50 in a list, and I'll be happy to email that to you, as well as the slides. If you want to write slides on there, I'll send you the deck, okay? Get some different images. This particular one here, oh, too fast. Yeah, so this won Best Digital Banner Campaign. This is for a community of new homes called Lake Nona. It's outside of Orlando. When I left Orlando, this was a cow pasture. And today, it's home of the Veterans Hospital, the USTA Tennis Association, several cancer research. This is an amazing, thriving area right outside of Orlando. And Lake Nona is a country club resort community with new construction homes. Look at these images. These were all done, a photo shoot at Lake Nona. But do you see how that pops? And what does the headline read? Where life is better lived. Again, the experience. Now, I know that all of you represent very different types of products or services or programs, and that big glossy pictures of happy people doesn't exactly apply to what you're doing, Sophia. But I'm hoping, or you've got the crazy person calling about, O'Hara and I was telling the funniest stories at dinner last night about the crazy people calling because they used the name, they didn't capitalize the name. Hello. Yeah, I know. So I understand that there is a variety in the room, but I'm hoping that you can find the connection to what you're doing in the very simple idea that it has to be about them. And when you show them, even when you're selling $600 to $1 million homes, they've sold them they've nearly sold out the neighborhood. It's unbelievable. It used to be a cow pasture. And it's because of the experience marketing. All right, before I wrap up and get to my last point, I do want to let you know you can connect with me on social, and I would love for you to. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of it, I am there. Me, the shoes, Brady, and the dogs, and Alan. He will be wearing orange. If you didn't get one of my book today, they are available on Amazon. I've actually written 3 of them. I know enough words to fill 3 books. Actually, no, I just use the same words 3 times. So I would love for you to check them out. The third thing that your marketing really has to sell to create that sense of identity with your fans is, as I said, the experience of using your company if you're B2B, or using your product or service if you're B2C. It has to tell them why you're better, why you're different, because the experience of it is. The best example that I've seen of this, or one of the best, is a Chevy Malibu commercial from 2013. In 2 weeks, I will be in Las Vegas at the National Auto Dealers Annual Conference. It's my 3rd time there. I don't have a background in the automotive industry. You ready for this? They found me on the internet, right? And they called up the very first year and invited me to come. So this will be my 3rd. I get to go see all the cool new cars that are coming out and everything. It's pretty cool. So Chevy Malibu did this commercial targeting men who were fathers of small to teenage kids. And it's the Truly Rich campaign. Okay? Let me show it to you. Nailed it, right? That was not a commercial about the doors and how much room there is in the trunk and how many RPMs and what the horsepower is and miles per gallon and all of the sticks and bricks of that car model itself. No, that commercial was about the experience of fatherhood And so the hashtag Truly Rich, there was a series of these ads combined with a social campaign. And you saw at the end, the call to action was, tell us what really matters to you. And then this whole hashtag Truly Rich started. It was a really powerful campaign. So I'm asking you today to remember who your marketing is for. It's for your fans, whether they are the current customers or prospective ones that are checking you out online. And I'm asking you today to find the universal truth of those fans. What is their why? As Simon Sinek would say, what is their why? What is their ultimate motivation for wanting to buy your product or engage with you as a service provider? Ultimately, what your fans want more than anything is for you to be a fan of them, a super fan, if you will. And in your marketing, if you will give them clues in your copy, in your graphics, in your images, in the experience that you're describing, you can show them, we get you. You are our people. And when you do that, they will engage. They will refer. The fan factor starts, and they start doing the selling and marketing for you. Now, I know that sounds all a bit Pollyanna, a bit neat and a bit tidy for the real world, because there are days when it is hard to remember. It is hard to connect with our fans. It is hard to identify with them. I love what I do. I mean, really, can you believe I am paid to talk for a living? Really. But there are days when Brady's sick at home, or I'm stuck on the tarmac 5 extra hours and they won't even let you go to the bathroom. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Why am I doing this, right? We've all, even if you've got your dream job, you have your days. The glory of the daily grind is what my dad calls it. You got to find that, and you have to tap into it. Remember your why. Because if you remember your why, you are more likely to be able to tap into your fans' why. When it gets hard, when the day is long, when you'd rather be anywhere else, when they downsize your company and eliminate your position, when your boss screams at you because you missed 1 decimal on the gigantic MacDaddy spreadsheet. If you'll remember your why, I can see my why. My why is so clear. It is so obvious. It is so evident to me. I keep it in the front of my mind. It's shoes, baby. No. My why is Brady Oliver, and my why is Alan Oliver. When you remember your why, you are more likely to remember theirs. And if you remember and market to the universal truth of your fans, you will connect and engage with them on an entirely different level. Because what your fans want is the same thing that you want. And you want, and you want, and you want, and you want. And that's a beautiful life. That's what we want. We want moments at home with our family. We want fun moments with our furry friends. Some are in the next chapter of their lives where we get to run around this house naked all day long because we got everybody out of this house. And if you show up here, we are naked. Right? Ah, my eyes, my eyes. It doesn't matter because we are living our chapter. For some, that's their beautiful life that they're picturing. Some are just getting started and building their home and their life of what it's going to mean to be together. And others, beautiful life is a sense of adventure and doing really cool experiences. And then there's these hipster people who have like man buns, and I don't know what they're doing because I'm too old for that. But they're cool. They like play hockey at 10:45 at night. Like, I don't get it, really. But that's their beautiful life. That's their universal truth. are you marketing to that? Are you just marketing the product specs, the sticks and the bricks, the seat? What your fans want is what we all want. When you make the marketing about the fans, for the fans, generated by the fans, tapped into their universal truth, well, that's just fantastic. Thanks, guys.